It's likely that
My mom.
well, preferably, you know, if your mom has 10 more stories, generally story. You don't, you barely do it.
Yeah, our daughters love the idea of my
How many months are expect 25?
The last few times I've come on Friday, I think it was like
Yeah, so those are
yeah.
He's working with almost everybody else. It's a different Saturday. It's the same people who come consistently Friday night. It varies wild. Yeah, maybe something like that. And Karen's out of town Saturday.
Friday's always a surprise.
Well, and it was now when two couples that present.
Yeah, the people who have babies, like they came every Friday night. Unless Saturday now, it's not.
Yeah.
Yeah, they can't get set. Seth maybe came last week. Little sad.
Tell you to hear music.
He does.
Right?
I think he has.
With this song.
And Jordan's a musician too. Like he's violinist.
Because the doctor says
Yeah.
piano and something.
Yeah, I'm sure he's.
We went to Jubilant Road.
I think they were sitting on that.
So are you new?
Yeah, because I didn't get up there. I'm never saying anything was new. We just not sitting there. It's a 2 hour
Sometimes we were talking about people sometimes they're only 8.
Yeah. Tests can be really good.
Yeah.
All right, Shabbat Shalom. I think we'll go ahead and get started. Welcome to everyone here and those who are watching on YouTube. Page 5. Shiru Ladonai Shir Chadash, Shiru Ladonai Kol Haaretz, Shiru Ladonai Baruch Shemo Basru Miyom Yom Yeshuato Safru V'Goyim Ke'evodo Ve'o Ha'amim Nivloka Ki Gadol Adonai Ulameo Norahu Al Kol Elohim Ay Kiko Elohim Ba'enim Elimim Ba'adonai Shamayim Asa Lefanav Oz V'Tiferet B'Mikdasho Amul Adonai Mikveh Amim Amul Adonai Kavod Va'oz Amul Adonai Kevod Shemo Se'u Mincha U'Hov Lechatzrota Ay Yishtatavu L'Adonai Be'adrat Kodesh Shchinu Mipanav Kol Haaretz Inu V'Gayim Adonai Malach Aftikot Temtel Ba'Kiva Yarinamim Ve'Mesharim Yisur HaShamayim Etage Haaretz Yiramayam U'Melohom Yadol Sadai V'Chol Asher Bo Ay Adirenu Kol HaSeyar Lifnei Adonai Kiva Lifnot Haaretz Yikotem B'Tzedek Be'amim Be'emunato Ay Nay 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 page 12. Right, page 13, Mizmor LeDavid. Mizmor LeDavid, Avul Adonai Merim, Avul Adonai, Kavod Kavod, Ay Ay Ay, Avul Adonai, Kevod Shemo Yishtachavu Adonai Be'achad Kodesh, Adonai, Amayim Echad Kavod, Mirim, Adonai, Amayim Rabim, Ko Adonai, Bakoa, Ay Ay Ay, Adonai, Be'echad Adonai, Shomer Harazim, Shomer Adonai, Ke'arze Avanon, Vayal Kirem Kemo Egel, Le'evanon, Le'esirion, Kemo Ben Re'evi, Ay Ay Ay, Adonai, Kotev Avotesh, Adonai, Yachil Libar, Yachil Adonai, Bakaresh, Adonai, Echol Hayadot, Vayefezon, Yehi Aron, Umekano, Urom Omer Kavod, Ay Ay Ay, Adonai, Rama Huya Shama Yishem, Adonai, Melech Leolam, Adonai Yos, Le'amo Yiten Adonai, Yevarech Eto Bashalom. Hey, ay, ay, nay, 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 yay, nay, 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 yay, nay, 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 yay, nay, 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 yay, nay, nay, All right, L'Chador D, page 15, first two and last two stanzas. L'Chador D, L'Chador D, L'Krat Kala, V'Neshama L'Krat Bela, L'Chador D, L'Krat Kala, V'Neshama L'Krat Bela, Sha'amor V'Zachor V'Dibor Echad, Ishayanu El HaMiuchad, Adonai Echad, Shemo Echad, Shemo Tiferet V'Nitva. Mekor habracha merosh yikem nesucha, so Shabbat, Shabbat Tfilah. V'chadoti likrat kala, yalala, 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 b'nei Shabbat, nekabela. V'chadoti likrat kala, yalala, 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 b'nei Shabbat, nekabela. Baba 17. Yamin usmol, Yifrotzi, ve'em Adonai taritzi. Ayadim be'artzi, v'nismecha ve'nakila. V'chadoti likrat kala, yalala, 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 b'nei Shabbat, nekabela. V'chadoti likrat kala, yalala, 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 b'nei Shabbat, nekabela. Rise and face the entrance. Glory v'shalom, ateret bala, Yahweh simcha, tzofota, Yoheneh, amzevula, Boi kala, Boi kala, V'chadoti likrat kala, yalala, 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 b'nei Shabbat, nekabela. V'chadoti likrat kala, yalala, 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 b'nei Shabbat, nekabela. And we say to any mourners in our midst, "Makom lechem lechem, v'tok shara lehem Zion v'Yerushalayim." May God comfort you with all the mourners of Zion and Jerusalem. May be seated, page 19. Mizmor shir leyom haShabbat, tov lehodot le'Adonai, u'lezomer l'shimcha elyon, lezomer l'shimcha elyon, ve'hagid b'boker chastecha, ve'emunatcha b'leilot. Continue silently, 19 and 20. Tzadikatar yifrach ka'erez balanon yizkeh shetubim bebeit Adonai bechatzrot Eloheinu yafrichu odenu beseva deshenim berananim yiyu lecha ki yashar Adonai turi velo avatavo. Lavesh, Lavesh, Adonai, Zazar, Aftikon Teva Baltimot, Nachon Kischaber, Lazamata, Natsunerot Adonai, Natsunerot Kolam, Yisunerot Okyam. Mikol Naim, Maim Rabim Adirim, Nishmereyam, Adir Bamarom, Adonai, Elotecha, Ne'em Benumeo, Kodesh Adonai. Baruch Hu, page 22. Baruch Hu et Adonai HaMevorach.
Baruch Adonai HaMevorach le'olam va'ed.
Baruch Adonai HaMevorach le'olam va'ed. May be seated. Baruch Adonai l'cholam asher b'goro ma'amim. Yom v'layla, whether nipna choshech v'choshech mipnei hor, ma'avir yom u'vein layla, ma'avdil ben yom u'vein layla, Adonai tzvot shemo, el chai v'kayam, tamid yimloch aleinu le'olam va'ed, baruch atah Adonai, ha'ma'ariv ha'amim. Avat olam beit Yisrael, amcha ahavta. Torah u'mitzvot, chukim u'mishpatim, otanu limadeta. Al ken Adonai Eloheinu, v'shofeinu u'v'kumeinu, nasiach b'chukecha, v'nismach b'divrei Toratecha, u'v'mitzvotecha, le'olam va'ed. Ki em chayenu ve'orech yameinu, uvahem negei yomam v'layla. Ki em chayenu ve'orech yameinu, uvahem negei yomam v'layla. Ki em chayenu ve'orech yameinu, uvahem negei yomam v'layla. Ki em chayenu ve'orech yameinu, uvahem negei yomam v'layla. Mevarcha al tasir mimenu le'olamim, baruch atah Adonai, ohev amo Yisrael. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. Ve'ahavta et Adonai Elohecha, v'chol levavecha, v'chol nafshecha, u'v'chol leotecha, ve'hayu hadvarim ha'eleh, asher anuchi metzavecha, hayom al levavecha, v'shinantam levanecha, v'dibarta bam,
V'shivtecha
b'beitecha, uv'leglecha b'derech, uv'shoflecha, uv'kumecha, uv'shartam le'od al yadecha, ve'hayu l'tokafo b'ninecha, uv'tavtam al mezuzot beitecha, uv'isharecha. Continuing on our own, 27 through 29. L'man tizkaru v'asitem et kol mitzvotai, v'tem kedoshim l'vechem, ani Adonai l'vechem, asher hotzeti etchem eretz Mitzrayim, le'od lachem Elohim, ani Adonai l'vechem, emet, Adonai l'vechem, emet. Page 32. Malchut tov ratzon kru lehem, Moshe v'nei Yisrael chanu shava b'simcha rabah, v'yamru kulam. Yihi chamocha, va'eli b'Adonai, yihi kamocha nedar b'kodesh, Torah tehilo, osef elem, Torah tehilo, osef elem, v'chutecha u'manecha, כהים לפני משה, Eloheinu l'shalom v'cha'amidenu malkeinu l'chaim hashkiveinu Adonai Eloheinu l'shalom v'cha'amidenu malkeinu l'chaim Ushmor tzidkeinu L'chaim u'shalom ve'ata ve'ad All right, we'll start over on this side. Ashkiveinu Adonai Eloheinu l'shalom Ashkiveinu Adonai Eloheinu l'shalom Ashkiveinu Adonai Eloheinu l'shalom Ashkiveinu Adonai Eloheinu l'shalom Rosalini Sukkot Shalom Beth, Baruch Atah Adonai, Haparei Sukkot Shalom Aleinu, V'Kol Yisrael V'Al Yerushalayim. Please rise for Vishamru, page 34. Shamru B'nei Yisrael et Hashabbat Lasot et Hashabbat Ledorotam B'Rivim Olam B'nei Yisrael Oti Leolam Oti Leolam Oti Leolam Shamru B'nei Yisrael et Hashabbat Lasot et Hashabbat Ledorotam B'Rivim Olam Ki sheshet yamim Asa Adonai et Hashamayim ve'et haaretz Shamru b'nei Yisrael et Hashabbat Lasot et Hashabbat Ledorotam B'Rivim Olam Ubayom hashvi Shabbat v'nafash Shabbat v'nafash Shamru b'nei Yisrael et Hashabbat Lasot et Hashabbat Ledorotam B'Rivim Olam 35 Yikra v'yikra shemei Rava
Amen.
Amadi v'achirute V'yamlich malchute
V'chayechon
V'chon Uvayedechol Beit Yisrael Bagala Bagala Uvizman Kariv Imeru
Amen.
Yehei Shnei Rava Mevorach Leolam Lo Leomaya Yitbarach Yitbarach Vishtabach Yivarviram Vitnaseh Vitadar Vitale Vitalal Shmir Kutsha
Berichu.
Elam Min Kol Berchata V'Shirata
Tushvechata Lechem Tamiran B'Alma.
Imeru
Amen.
Private Amidah, pages 37 through 48. Osei Shalom Yaseh Shalom Aleinu Ve'al Kol Yisrael Yaseh Shalom, Yaseh Shalom, Shalom Aleinu, Ve'al Yisrael. Yaseh Shalom, Yaseh Shalom, Shalom Aleinu, Ve'al Yisrael. V'meru Amen. All right, Paul, come on up for my Beit Tefillah, page 49.
And the Kaddish also. Vayechulu hashamayim v'haaretz v'chol tzevam vayechal Elohim vayom hashvi'i melachto asher asa vayishbon vayom hashvi'i mikol melachto asher asa Vayevarech Elohim et Yom Hashvi'i Vayekadesh oto ki bo Shabbat mikol melachto asher bara Elohim la'asot. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu v'Elohei Avoteinu Elohei Abraham Elohei Yitzchak v'Elohei Yaakov Elohei Sarah, Elohei Rivka, Elohei Rachel, Elohei Leah, Ha'el Hagadol, Hagibor v'Hanora, El Elyon, Shkonei Shamayim va'aretz, Amagein Avod b'davaro, Hamechayei Meitim b'ma'amaro, Ha'el HaKadosh she'ein kamohu Hameniach le'amo b'yom Shabbat kodsho Kivam ratza le'haniach lahem Kivam ratza le'haniach lahem Lefanav na'avod ve'yira v'fachad ונודה לשמו בכל יום תמיד מעין הברכות אל ההודעות אדון השלום מקדש השבת ומברך שביעי ומניח בקדושה ליעמדו שני עונג זכר למעשה בראשית אלוהינו ואלוהי אבותינו רצה למנוחתנו קדשנו במצוותיך ותן חלקנו בתורתך סבנו מטובך ושמחנו בישועתך וטהר ליבנו לעבדך באמת וטהר ליבנו לעבדך באמת והנחילנו אדוני אלוהינו באהבה וברצון שבת קודשך וינוחו בה ישראל מקדשי שמך ברוך אתה אדוני מקדש השבת מקדש שמי רבה ועמדתי בחירותי ואמליך מלכותי וחייכון ובימיכון ובחיי לכל בית ישראל בגלה בזמן קריב אמרו אמן יהי שמי רבה מבורך לעולם ולעולמי יתברך וישתבח ויתברך בפרמן ויתנשא
Vitadar vitalev vitalal shemei kudsha barichu leila min kol birchata b'shirata tushbechata v'nechamata damiran b'yom avimaru. Amen. Tikabel tzalonu v'adhon d'chol Yisrael kodam avohundi b'shmaya v'imaru. Amen. Yeshlam araba min shemaya v'chayim aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael v'imaru. Amen. Oseh shalom v'romav, hu yaseh shalom, aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael, ve'al kol yoshvei tevel v'imeru. Amen.
All right, it's time for the historical moment, and for a couple guests here, one of whom is doing 42 synagogues in 44 synagogues in the weeks following his father's Yortzeit. So, very interesting. A couple things you'll see. Everyone else knows that we do these two things that are a little bit unique. So on Friday night, no sermon, but for the last couple of years, I've been reading historical documents, micro-historical documents, stuff that happened in the synagogue, letters and newsletters. This one was given to me by a congregant in synagogue a couple weeks ago. And he gave me this newsletter. It does not look like, can't exactly tell what it is, because it's not the Shabbat bulletin. There's no reference to the Parsha or the specific Shabbat. Maybe it's like their version of the Omer, their newsletter. I hope not, because it's really, minuscule and weak. So maybe it's like in the middle of the month, they would send out this smaller newsletter. So, but it tells what was happening in 1978. We know it's 1978 because there's a reference to something happening in February of 1979, but the first page is about Hanukkah and the various laws and halakha that things you're supposed to do on Hanukkah. So, but then it gets to what's happening in the synagogue. So the first one, dear fellow congregants, the temple board is planning a kiddush to honor Perry Herring on Friday, February 23rd, 1979. If you would like to participate to add to the specialness of this event for a very special person, please call either one of us, Shalom Toba Bernstein, who I did know, and Judy Nauer. Actually, I knew her too. But I don't know who Perry Herring was. There's no file on him in the synagogue, and the couple people who come up on Google are clearly not him, based on location and other demographic things. There's just no chance that it's him. So if anybody knows who Perry Herring is, please let me know.
I don't.
I'm curious. Okay. Beautification news. We would like to begin the first phase of the temple lobby facelift. We have raised over $4,000 this year. We need $1,000 more. Wouldn't it be wonderful if we could begin the facelift after the first of the year so we'll be ready for Passover? And there's a little more on that. Blessings from your beautification committee. I think they did it, and we still have it, and it looks very 1979. I mean, most things have been redone around here, but not that. I'm talking about the entryway to the synagogue.
Another confirmation of the year.
Yeah, no, exactly. Yeah, just to look at the decor there, you can tell just by that. There's a gala New Year's Eve party jointly with Beth Jacob. $12 per person. It includes champagne, dinner, dancing, and also entertainment. There's an annual bazaar for the Home for Jewish Parents. So fundraiser for the Home for Jewish Parents. This must be a community-wide event. Or maybe it's a TBA event but they're raising money for the Jewish Home, which was on Sheffield Avenue. And
Where was it?
not Sheffield Avenue. No, it was like near Fruitvale.
Right.
Not Sheffield Avenue was the JCC. It was near Fruitvale. I can't remember the name. It is now a nursing home.
Right.
I forget where exactly. I did visit there once with a junior choir from Temple Beth Torah in Fremont, but that was a long time ago. I don't remember. I remember getting lost trying to find it. But and anyway, there are bargains galore: handcrafted items, hand knits, crochets, gifts, plants, fabrics, and a snack bar. And it was held at the Piedmont Community Hall on November 30th, Thursday. So actually, this newsletter, I guess, is from November. All right, then there's a couple guest speakers. Major General Shlomo Imbar, military attaché at the Israel Embassy in Washington, and a key participant in the Washington negotiations for the peace treaty, the Camp David Accords between Israel and Egypt. He'll be the guest speaker at the Jewish National Fund's annual Community Hanukkah dinner, Saturday evening, December 16th at 7 p.m. in the Kaiser Center, Oakland. And being honored that night as well as Max Brown, prominent East Bay civic and community leader and vice president of the Jewish National Fund. I think he was a joint member of Temple Beth Abraham and Beth Jacob at one time. He ended up at Beth Jacob. He was announced in Mishaber for like 5 years while I was here, eventually passed away. And then finally, there is some news about the school. So we still haven't quite left our schools. Dear friends, our program is proceeding apace. Our Vice President in charge of education, Aaron Paul, whose 90th birthday we're celebrating tomorrow at the Kiddush lunch, and he was leading Musaf tomorrow, has organized our school board, which is meeting every third Sunday at 12:15 p.m. To make our school board more effective, we'd like to see active parent participation, all caps, those words. The basic philosophy of our school is the integration of the child into home and synagogue practice. This is, of course, impossible to achieve if parents use the school as nothing more than a kosher babysitting service. And they themselves neither partake in synagogue activities nor provide a Jewish home environment. On December 7th, this is not just this rabbi. All the rabbis could say stuff with a tone that we could not say today. At least that's my perception. Maybe some people, I don't think so. At least not in writing. Don't put it in writing. On December 17th, our school children and parents are invited to partake with the Sisterhood Men's Club in a pre-Hanukkah party. And Ron Gittek, one of our Mechina teachers, is organizing and directing a Hanukkah play. And Judy Warnick, our Sabbath Mechina teacher and school secretary, will be teaching our wee ones Hanukkah songs. Our school open house will be held in January, and we would expect all our parents to be present. For the school, Rabbi Eugene A. Warnick, director, which also means that the senior or solo rabbi of the synagogue also had to run the religious school at that time. So that could not have been easy for Rabbi Warnick. So that's what we got. Interesting doings in our, half newsletter, whatever we call this, in 1978. All right, please rise to the Kiddush, page 55. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, borei b'riat kafel. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kidshanu mitzvotav v'ratzav banu, v'shabbat kodesh v'yahu ratzon infilanu, zikaron l'ma'aseh v'reishit, ki hu yom tefillah l'mikra'ei kodesh. Zecher l'tziat Mitzrayim, ki banu v'avarta, yotanu ki dasha, mikol ha'alim, v'shabbat kodeshecha, v'yava uvratzon, imchaltanu, baruch atah Adonai, Mekadesh HaShabbat. Amen. Chaim to life. If you have any children present, one of you does. Two of you do, I mean. You can put your hands on their heads, and anyone else who's comfortable blessing somebody else. We say, Yisimech Elohim Kasara Rivka Rachel Leah, Yisimcha Elohim Kefraim B'chim Menashe, Yivarecha Adonai V'yishmerecha, Ya'er Adonai Panav Elecha V'yifunecha, Yisad Adonai Panav Elecha V'yasem Lecha Shalom. May God bless you and keep you. May God's face shine upon you and be gracious unto you. May God lift the divine face toward you and grant you peace. Amen. Remain standing for the Aleinu. Aleinu l'shabeach l'yom hakol, l'teku l'aliot sefer Bereshit, shelo asanu k'goyei haratzot, velo samanu k'mishpachot ha'adamah, shelo samchokenu kahem, v'gor aleinu kechol hamonam, v'anachnu korim, ומשתחווים ובודים לפני מלך מלכי המלכים הקדוש ברוך הוא שלו כשמיים ויוצאת הארץ
ומשה יקרו בשמיים ממעל, ושכינתו זו,
לגבי מרומים, הוא אלוהינו,
אמת מלכנו אפס זולתו, ככתוב בתורתו, ידעת היום והשאיר אותם אל לבבך,
כי אדוני
הוא האלוהים בשמיים ממעל,
ועל הארץ מתחת עינו. כתוב בתורתך נעים לך לעולם ועד.
נאמר בך אדוני למלך על כל הארץ, ביום ההוא יהיה אדוני אחד, ושמו
We may be seated as we lovingly recall the memory of our departed relatives and friends whose yorkshires we observe during the coming week, thinking especially today of Elias Alien, Celia Block, Hilda Braverman, Goldie Breslov, Jerry Dorher, Lizzie Gebertz, Florence Wolfson Glick, Aryeh Heber, David Heskin, Charles Horwitz, Kenneth Katz, Ruth Kay, Abraham Lorenz, Anna Mutnick, Sam Nathan, May Peters, Rose Pulse, Irving Reback, David Ross, Stephen Ross, Leon Siegel, Mark Siegel, Howard Silverman, Helen Singerman, Harry Sussman, Rose Tesler, Judith Wallerstein, Paul Hartford White, Jack Wolf, Maurice Aaron Ziegler, Renee Zuckerman. We're in the Shloshim for Rivka Spiegel, mother of Mark Spiegel. And we're in the Shloshim for Daniel Yakar, father of Yael Yakar, Donald Jaffe, father of Dan Jaffe, Hyman Koren, father of Joan Koren. And Dan and Yael, who are married, both lost their fathers within the same week. Yael was in Israel for her father's funeral. Donald was in San Mateo, and I grew up knowing Donald Jaffe quite well myself since I was 7 years old. And a great guy, a doctor, and a quietly very, very funny man. This is a little off color, but like one of the first R-rated movies I saw with him, Dan and I, his son, went to the movie. Dr. Don took us, and it was The Jerk, the Steve Martin. And there was a whole bunch of stuff he explained to us afterward. I won't put it on camera, but I'll tell you one of the most significant thing afterward. It was a dated. It had a swear word in it, but that wasn't the explanation. The explanation, there's a generational joke which we did not understand at all, which he explained to us. It has to do with shinola, which is a shoe polish. Anyway, may their memories always bless us, and we ask all those who are mourning or observing your site, as well as anyone else who would choose to do so, to rise to the mourner's Kaddish. It is on page 61. Yikadal v'yikadash shemei rabah. V'yalman yivrach yirutei v'yamlich malchutei. V'chayechon v'yomechon v'chayei lechol Beit Yisrael. V'agalav v'zman kariv v'yimru amen. Yehei shmei rabah mevorach le'olam olmei olmaya. Yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpahar v'yitromam v'yitnaseh. V'yitadar v'yitaleh v'yitalal shemei nekusha b'richu. Let Elah min kol birchata v'shirata, tushbachata v'nechamata, gamiran be'alma v'imru. Yehei shalom ha'alamin shemaya, v'chayim aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael v'imru. Amen. Oseh shalom b'nimar, hu yaseh shalom, aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael v'imru. Amen. In memory of the people who come and say Kaddish will be a blessing to all of us. Let us say Amen. Some announcements. Challah in the back immediately after services. Tomorrow, Kiddush lunch, sponsored by Aaron and Eva Paul in honor of Aaron's 90th birthday, catered by Jing Pizer. The office is closed both Thursday and Friday, but there is still Minyan on Thursday as well as Monday at 8. I will be gone next weekend, just for the weekend. I'll be spending Shabbat with the Avett brothers at Red Rocks in Colorado. Yes, so that should be fun. There's actually there's a whole Jewish affinity group with the Avett brothers as well, which has really honestly mostly been a Zionist affinity group and just a commiseration over what's happened in Israel and Gaza and just and anti-Semitism in particular. And it's actually been a very good group to be a part of. And I look forward to meeting some of those people in person at the concert. One of whom I knew, but the others not. And let's see, Marshall Langford will be leading Friday night services and Saturday morning services, actually. John Jacobs giving the drosh next week. There's the Friday, July 12th, Kabbalat Shabbat service, followed by a hot dog barbecue. That'll be in the courtyard, the whole service and the barbecue. We're thinking of taking RSVPs, but it'll be free.
This is Saturday morning or Friday?
Friday, July 12th.
Oh.
Saturday morning, July 13th, Zohar Avigdori, guest speaker from Dror Yisrael, which is a group that has a relationship with the San Francisco Jewish Federation. They mostly run schools and programs for disadvantaged and other youth that kind of don't fit in well to Israeli society. And anyways, that's probably enough for now. And if our guests tell us your names again, Josh and Adam. And Adam's from Saratoga, right? Cupertino, sorry. And
From Albany.
From Albany, okay, so close. And so in honor of Father Shortsight, you're going to 44 different synagogues. Where are you in the process now?
About, I think around 34.
All there.
All different.
No, not all in the Bay Area.
Never one repeats.
I've done a few remotes, to be honest, but
It's great.
East Coast and here.
Fantastic. Well, welcome. Great to have you here. And glad we could be one of the many places that you can say Kaddish. All right, so our other tradition, honoring the famous musician who died during the week. This one was Jewish, and he wasn't, at least when I was told about this by Eli, so thank you, Eli, was not on the I Hope I Die Before I Get Old website, which I check regularly. And this is Kinky Friedman. How many of you know Kinky Friedman? So, a cowboy, folk singer, irreverent, sarcastic, also a novelist, and ran for governor of Texas, kind of as a joke, but he got like 20% of the vote or something absurdly high. Anyway, this song is really, in many ways, you'll see it's inappropriate. That's part of his irreverence. It's called Ride 'em Jew Boy. And it's a cowboy song, but a lot of the metaphors could be either Holocaust or cowboy. So just a couple of the references, smokes from the camps are rising, right? That's a reference to the burning, of bodies in the concentration camps, but also, the campfires that cowboys paid attention to. In the window, candles glowing. This makes me think of menorah, but that's also what they did as cowboys were returning home, so they could see, where to go, and as a welcome. And so you'll see it's both inappropriate and fascinating. And there's also a reference to 6 million miles instead of, let's say, 500 miles. It's not the most interesting song musically, but so I skipped a verse. But anyway, and I was not familiar with it before yesterday. Ride 'em, Jew boy. Ride 'em all around the old corral. I'm with you, boy. If I've got to ride 6 million miles, now the smokes from camps are rising. See the helpless creatures on their way. Hey, old pal, ain't it surprising how far you can go before you stay? Don't you let the morning blind ya. When on your sleeve you wore the yellow star, which can also refer to the sheriff. Old memories still live behind ya. Can't you see by your outfit who you are? How long will you be driven relentless around the world? But in the realm of the soul, in the window candles glowing remind you that today you are a child. Road ahead, forever rolling, and anything worth crying can be smiled. So ride 'em, Jew boy, ride 'em all around the old corral. I'm with you, boy. If I've got to ride 6 million miles. Shabbat Shalom.